Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the start of another weekly vlog. It's November 1st. That means my favorite month is over. My hair is a mess. I don't know what the heck's going on here. I'm very sleepy this morning. It's been a rough 7 days of work and now I am off. Hello, if you are new here, I work 7 on, 7 off for work. I'm a retail pharmacist. So I just completed my 7 days of work and now I begin 7 days off. And this 7 days, I'm going to Charlotte, North Carolina to run the Charlotte Marathon. But before I do that, I have today at home and I have a lot to do. So today I'm going to try to get my life together after the busyness of October before we really kick into the busyness of November. And is National Novel Writing Month, aka NaNoWriMo or NaNoWriMo. I have called it NaNoWriMo all of my existence because when I started, there was no like in-person or video or talking online community. There was just, message boards and instant messenger. So we always called it NaNoWriMo, and then come to find out that most people pronounce it NaNoWriMo. So I do pronounce it NaNoWriMo, so I'm sorry. I try to pronounce it NaNoWriMo sometimes for people because people get very upset about this, even though there was an official statement that you can pronounce it either way. And I was like, listen, in 2002, when we were first doing this, nobody knew how to pronounce things because it was the internet. So anyway, as you can see, my counter is a mess here. I'm going to start with some tidying up. Husband put the water in the coffee maker and did not start the coffee maker last night. So I am starting the coffee finally, which is a bummer to not have it already ready because I'm fucking tired right now. But I'm going to get some tidying done up here, and then we're going to head upstairs and start on the to-do listing. And the most important thing that we're going to do today is drink water, because the marathon is coming up. Hydration is important. Part 1 done. All right, this shouldn't take too long. It looks worse than it is. Husband was like, there's too many pillows on the couch. We were watching a movie last night. All better. Got my lashes done and they look amazing. They're so pretty. I just loved the day of my lashes. It's like, I look like a real person. All right, so it is 11:15. I think I'm gonna stop at Trader Joe's real fast because I haven't been there in a while. I'm out in this part of town and it's fucking gorgeous out. It is so pretty. Oh, there's little old folks. This is right by pharmacy, and there's little old folks going to the pharmacy. Okay, my mom just texted me. It's the Day of the Dead, and she logged on. She's been using my dad's old computer because her computer did install an update and now it won't start, so she has to get a new one. So in the meantime, she's just using his old computer, and she's used it. She's been using it for 2 weeks now, maybe at this point, I think. And he used to always watch his favorite songs as music videos on YouTube. And she's never noticed it before, and she's used YouTube on there, and she just turned it on today, and it was all his favorite songs that he used to play. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Don't cry, Fox, you just got your lashes done. And she just sent me the list of songs that were playing, and I was like, oh God. So let's go to Trader Joe's and buy some food to help our emotions, okay? Well, everybody, I want to tell you that today has been a great day and I've gotten so much done, but I haven't at all. It's 3:20. I have to be leaving, I guess, in about an hour. I went and got my lashes done. Obviously you saw that. I went to Trader Joe's. I stopped and got a few things, came home and made lunch, and I was so tired. I was like, I'm just gonna lie down for half an hour, and I don't even know how long I was laying down. I am so exhausted right now. I have a massage at 5, and then I'm going straight over to this event for Nano. I don't know what the turnout's gonna be like, so if it's not crowded, I'll just come home. If there's nobody there, but I never know what to expect. I never know if we're gonna get a lot of people or not, so we'll see. Anyway, I hate napping after I get my lashes done because then I have to put my face mask on, and I feel like it ruins that perfect first fluffy day. But I had so much I wanted to do today, and I'm so tired and dehydrated. So I am working on the water finally. Finally, husband's running laundry. I've gotten some stuff done, and I'm gonna get some stuff done. This next hour is gonna be a power hour, okay? Power hour, we got to do some things. We're gonna do them. Okay, the sunrise just keeps getting prettier. Look at that. It's so beautiful. These clouds are amazing. The sounds you are hearing is the one and only, whoops, hold on. Queen Truffle. Yes, ma'am. She's back. She didn't love living with a baby, which I can understand because she's low to the ground and she's very excitable, and so she's right at the prime baby knocking over size. Come here, girl. Shove it by your face. Let me see. Can you sit? It's my girl. That's my girl. Yes. He's a good girl. See it? Good girl. Oh my God, she's perfect. She looks so good though. She's been in a home for a couple months, and she looks so good from the last time we had her. Oh, what'd you do? What'd you do? What'd you do? You're so cute. She's lost some weight. Her fur looks amazing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You're doing such a good job. You're doing such a good job. It is Thursday morning. It is before 10 a.m. and we are in the car and ready to go. I cannot believe this is happening. I'm sure I forgot something. As long as I have my shoes and my Garmin should be right here. Yes, we're good. Okay. We are headed to North Carolina. So it's gonna be a great day. And we'll check in along the way. Layla Grace is here. She's all excited and we are headed out. We're in Flatwoods, but we found out that the Flatwoods Monster has a Fiesta Wear outlet, so I'm just stopping real fast at the Fiesta Wear outlet just to see if there's anything that I don't have. It's got some stuff out here, I don't know. We're gonna see, Oh, I know my weaknesses, and it's cryptids and Fiesta Wear. Oh dear, here we go. Okay, we got Christmas ones here. For the lake house. Oh, look at those glasses. Fiesta Wear shirts. Okay, this is where I'm gonna spend all my money. Look at this. I want to get that one for sure. But look at these they have the entire set of the sugar skulls that I have. I have these cups, and then I have the little plates up there. But they have the whole set here. I drove to this race instead of flying. Okay, I just want to update you. If you're leaving the Fiesta Wear factory and you're trying to see Monster Chair C, it used to be over, I'm in this, what is the Go Mart parking lot. And right across, it'll say on Google Maps that it's there, but they said it moved. I just went in and asked. She said, so it used to be over here, Monster Chair C, one of the monster chairs. It's not here, so we're gonna go try to find it. It's in Sutton, which is where the museum is. So that's where we're headed anyway. We just drove around looking for it for a couple minutes and some off-roading, some minor off-roading. But we're still on the hunt. All right, here's the visitor center. Elk River. Oh, out to lunch. Oh no! When do they come back from lunch? You gotta be kidding me. This is the time that I chose. All right, we found one of them. I also went down on one-way street the wrong way because it wasn't marked. And the sheriff drove by and was like, hey, this is a one-way street, girl. And I was like, I didn't see the sign, I'm sorry. And he's like, just don't come down here again, okay? And I was like, okay, thanks. Dude, the Moose Lodge is haunted. Hi, buddy. He talks. He's motion activated though, I think. There we go.
You're here.
Yeah.
It was good of you to heed my call.
Okay.
There is so much to see in the darkness. So
wow.
let me show you the way.
I'd like to remind you this is the Moose Lodge talking to me. Alright, we're gonna see if the Bigfoot Museum is open. See if they can tell me about when the it says right until 6. Okay, let's try. This one was hard to find, but we found him. There he is. I'm not going to make Layla get out. I was going to, but yeah, it was just hard to find. We were over there somewhere it was taking us, but it's actually over here. It's been a day. It's been a day. So this is the Elk River. This is really pretty until I get murdered, because that might happen. This is the kind of like, we're not going to tell my mom that we were here until we get out of here. Alright, so slight change in plans. We were going to stop at the Dirty Dancing Hotel on the way down, but we spent too long in Sutton and Flatwoods. So we are here at New River Gorge, which is it's not the newest anymore, but it's one of the newest national parks. The last time I was here was in 2017 on our way to the solar eclipse, and it was not a national park. It was a national river scenic area, river and recreation area. Anyway, it's a national park, actual park now. And it has a park ranger program, so we're gonna go do a little walk. Let's take a little break, stretch our legs and paws, and then get back on the road. There's the bridges this way. Oh. What are you doing, huh? What are you doing, huh? You're so wiggly. Hello. Good girl. Good girl. Come on. Let's go see the bridge. Come on. Come on. Come on. He was like, I just want to sniff. Okay, here we go. Here's the little ramp. We can go see the bridge. Good girl. All right, so this is the view, the New River Gorge. Look how pretty, and then you come over here. The sun is super harsh and like right in our faces right now. Layla is dilly-dallying. Apparently there's a way you can get down to the trail there, but I don't know how. I don't really want to go down that far anyway with her. There's the bridge. Super cool. And this was right on the road. We didn't even have to like take a detour. We just had to make a turn. It's time to begin the big climb all the way up the steps. We did like 16 steps so far. There's 178 of them. We have arrived, finally, after many hours in the car, at our Kimpton. Ooh, so nice. They're also very helpful here. I was like, I don't need help. And he was like, I got you. And I was like, I don't need help. He was like, no. And insisted on bringing my bags up for me. And now I feel bad because I wanted to tip him. Are they doing an ice? Are they doing hockey outside? I don't know. Anyway. I wanted to tip him, and I took cash out for tipping and things, and you know what the fucking ATM gave me? 50s instead of anything that I can actually use. So I'm gonna go down to the front desk, see if they can break a 50 for me so that I can tip this poor guy who just carried all my shit upstairs, even though I was gonna do it myself. Oh, it's hard to be a solo woman traveler sometimes. All right, Layla has been fed. She had her medicine. She is tucked into bed. I'm gonna try to go downstairs to the hotel restaurant and write for a little bit and have dinner. This is how bougie it is. It's like you press buttons on here instead of just elevator B. It tells you what elevator to go to. It's kind of weird, but This is what I'm wearing. This is me right now. I'm living for this blue theme here. It's beautiful. Good morning. It is Friday morning. We are in Charlotte. Here. Excuse me, man. Oh, she doesn't like the water. There's these fountains here. We're gonna go this way. Away from the fountains. Okay, we gotta go back. Came out for potty. There's a little park like right across from our hotel, which is really nice. So like here, these are, I don't know what that bird just did. It's a crash landing. Fountains here, and then that's our hotel there. So, come on, we gotta go. We walked right by them and you didn't fuss when we came in. Anyway. She's terrified. So we're going back in the hotel. She went and she did her potty, she had her breakfast, and then I'm gonna put her in the bed, and then I'm gonna go have my breakfast and try to get a start on my day. I slept in until like 7 o'clock, which does not seem late, but for me, that's late. But I was so tired. I was just really, really tired. And I was like trying to listen to my body because I got a race tomorrow. So, we'll see. We're gonna get, it's 29 degrees right now in Charlotte. So it's a little chilly, but you know what I'm thinking? This feels like the perfect like start of the race weather, like tomorrow when it's race day. And it's this weather, I'm gonna be like, so I'm having some major lash issues. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm very frustrated right now. Like 8 lashes just fell out on the side, so I don't know. Layla Grace, what are you doing? So anyway, I'm frustrated with that. I don't know what's going on. We tried a different glue this time that I thought worked better. It's just like, I just went to brush them this morning like normal. Like 8 or 9 fell out. So anyway, we're headed back in. Layla peed right in front of the valet guys, which was very embarrassing, but she was like, I had to go. And so we're gonna head back in and I'm gonna try to get some writing done this morning. I did get a little bit done last night at dinner, but I was gonna write more when I got back to the hotel, and I went to dinner in the hotel when I went back to my room, but I was just exhausted, so I went to bed. Y'all, when you stay at a Kimpton, they always have a bathrobe you can change into, and like we stayed in ones where it was like leopard print or like something very luxurious. And this year, this Kimpton that I'm staying, I look like one of the grandparents from Willy Wonka. What is this? It's not as soft as I'm used to when we stay at these places. But anyway, I'm getting ready to go to the expo, but I want to let my hair dry for a little bit. And I was like, I didn't want to put, I have to wear shorts because I'm going to have them tape my calf. So I was like, I'll just put on the bathrobe, and giving big Willy Wonka family member vibes here.
Daddy here? Are you ready to go see Daddy? Where's your dad? Is he downstairs waiting for you? Is he waiting for you?
Hello everybody, it is Friday night. The marathon is in 12 hours and we are going to get some pasta at Mama Ricotta's, which we walked over to just to get some steps in for the day. I mean, I got some steps because I walked to and from the expo, but just to keep me in motion so that my legs feel good and juicy after 9 hours in a car yesterday. So we're headed in right now. As soon as we can cross at this light, time to eat the official pre-race dinner of chicken parm. Good morning, it's race day. I'm the only one awake. Of course, it's time to get ready and just have a nice morning before it's time to run. We're walking to the start. Can you see my face? You can't see my face. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness, Lala. Look at your kickies. Oh my goodness. What happened here? Looks like somebody was on a little adventure in the trash. Do we know who that somebody was? We're not sure. It wasn't you because you were sleeping the whole time, right? It was a ghost. Was it a ghost? I thought it was a ghost. You're right. Definitely not you. All right, Layla, we've arrived at our floor. You want to show us where our room is? Show us where our room is. Where's our room? You know where it is? Where is it? Where is it? Oh, it's right here. Oh, good girl. You're so smart. We've only been here 3 days. How did you know?
She knew on day one.
You knew on day one. You did. You're so smart. She's like, now I go to bed.
What are you doing? Are you just sleeping in today? Said daylight savings means I get an extra hour of sleep. Yeah, my good girl. Where you going? Walking so fast.
Let's go back in the lobby.
She's like, I want to go back in that bed. Hello everybody, it's Sunday afternoon. We are at the Sandburg home, which is a national park site, and we're doing a little walk up to the house. It's a park ranger site, so Layla's gonna get her park ranger badge here. And it's beautiful and scenic. The fall colors are just popping. My legs are okay. I have a really gnarly blister, but other than that, legs are feeling pretty good. My calves are tight, but I kind of expected that. And my shoulders are so tight. Even though the whole race I was like, shoulders down. Forward. Anyway, here we are. I'm coming. Mommy's coming. We're working on Layla's Bark Ranger badge here. Take a picture of your dog on a leash, we did that. Give your dog a drink of water, we did that. Hike a trail and say hello. So she's doing some hiking here. We hiked all the way up here and we did another little hike, but she has to meet somebody to say hello. And so we're trying to find someone who could meet her. So that's the struggle right now. But otherwise she's being so good. She's sniffing so many things. She's exploring, being a good girl and respectful. And Geraldine has arrived. Is Geraldine a Bark Ranger? I don't think so. Only Layla Grace is a Bark Ranger, not Layla Geraldine. And this is why.
She's back to getting leash off when you lose.
Oh my goodness. Layla Grace. Okay, that's enough. Shake it off. Shake it off. Good girl. Good shake. All right, my friends, we made it to our cabin. Look how cute it is. Look at this nice kitchen. We're gonna cook here tonight. I'm glad we decided to do that because that road was something. But you've been in the South for too many days. Here we go. Whoa. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this. And there's the hot tub. I'm so excited. Coming for you, buddy. It is so gorgeous here. There's the Blue Ridge Mountains.
You can barely see them behind the trees because the trees are so pretty, but there they are. Check out the bedroom situation here. Oh my god, this is the second time we've stayed in an Airbnb that had that sign and I love it. Creepy basement, we'll inspect that later. I got one bed here with bunk beds in there. This is a massive ass bathroom. Holy shit, that's huge. Bathtub, all right. Hi. All right, this is a finished basement, it looks like. But the true crime person in me is a little sketch about going down here. Let's see. Oh, it's a cute little game room with another bedroom down here. Oh, we can play pool. Whoops, other direction. That's nice. Oh my god, shut the front door. Look at this. They have a little Pac-Man! Oh my god, that's hilarious. Y'all, I just came up to the loft and there's a whole ass other bedroom with a TV. And I think another bathroom. Another bathroom. This place is gigantic. Hi, Layla. Hey babe, are you my bear guard? In case a bear comes to the hot tub.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, babe. Appreciate it. Love you. So Layla Grace can't do the slippery floors in here, so she has to take the ferry over. She's waiting for the ferryman to show up. There he is. And the ferry is departing now. Good girl. Okay, you've made it to the other shore. It's time for potty. Good girl. Good morning. It's Monday morning. It's time to check out of our beautiful, idyllic North Carolina cabin. I don't want to go. I want to stay another day because I was like just loving it here so much. I just feel like I could get so much writing done, but I also need to have tomorrow to like get my life together before I go back to work for 7 days. So I know it's the right thing to do to leave today, even though I have tomorrow off too. But it's so pretty here. I don't know what that sound is. This morning there was also a train, which was very exciting, but I could hear the train and not see it. So I don't know. But anyway, so it's a beautiful day and getting on the road. Not ready to say goodbye. I've had a great weekend in North Carolina. Who would have thought? And I will tell the story of the marathon once I'm back home. I don't want to like take up husband's time by, whoa, stuck my head on a nail. I didn't want to take up all of husband's time talking on my phone about the marathon, but I will give the full race recap. I have the post-marathon blues a little bit this morning, I can't lie. So anyway, we're gonna get the puppy packed up in the car. The rest of the car is loaded. We're gonna head out. Goodbye. Goodbye, North Carolina. I loved you. Okay, just one more little bit. Look at it. I just sat out here last night and wrote for a little bit. I don't know, it's so pretty. Then I like sat in the hot tub, read Vogue fashion, the fall fashion issue, which was not my best hot tub reading material because I forgot how fucking heavy that issue is and it was a little hard to hold it up. But that was awesome. Then we had wine. We ended up watching a weird movie because I was trying to sleep, so I was so tired, and then I couldn't sleep, so we watched this weird movie. But anyway, that's the recap of yesterday, briefly, and we're gonna get on the road, and I will check back in when we're back in Pittsburgh. Goodbye, Mountain! Hello, everybody. I wanted to do my Charlotte Marathon recap for you. It was a very hectic and crazy weekend, and so I thought I was gonna film it like the day after the race, and that did not happen because we were so busy. We drove to the mountains outside of Asheville. It was actually called Old Fort, which was hilarious because we kept calling it Old Fart. And I was like, this is the perfect place for me to be the day after a marathon. Old Fart. Yeah, I am an old fart officially at age 41. Yeah, it's real. I'm about to light myself on fire with this candle, so I'm gonna move this candle a little bit. There we go. Anyway, The Charlotte Marathon was a blast. I really liked it. It was a challenging race in a lot of ways. It was hillier than, for example, Indianapolis and Richmond. Hillier than both of those. There were not big hills like there are in Pittsburgh. Like Pittsburgh has like big hills, and this was just like a series of non-flats. But these were like non-flats and exposed sun. So the good things about the race, the crowd support was great. There was consistent crowd support through almost all of the race, even for us people in the back of the pack. There's one stretch, there's an out and back portion, which I want to say was like mile 20 through 24 is out and back. It might be longer than that. It might be 18 to 24. I can't remember if it's 3 miles out and 3 miles back or 2 miles and 2. But it's about that area of time where you're hitting the wall, right? So you go through this little park and then you come up on like the main drag road there. The roads are not always closed, so that's a negative. So sometimes you do have cars going by, but it's pretty clearly marked which lane is a running lane and which lane is for the traffic. And they did have really good not crossing guards, but like they had cops running the crossing areas, and they were really great with like letting runners through. Like there was never a time that there was a car that I had to wait for, even though the roads were more open than say Richmond or Indy or Pittsburgh. So the out and back portion though, I was like, oh, I don't want to do this, but there were like, apparently that's a very big party area for the race every year, and so like I thought it was going to be super boring, but there was like people everywhere. Somebody had a Mountain Dew stop, and I should have gotten it on the way out, and I was like, oh, I'm going to need it on the way back more, and they were actually out of Mountain Dew. All they had left was Coke Zero, which I don't really like, so I did not partake in that, but they had a Mountain Dew stop. One of the funniest things in that area, they had a huge like residential street, and all these people out like just partying and like giving out food and beer. There were no alcohol stops in the first half, and then as soon as we split for the full marathon, it was like every 2 miles someone was like, we got beer here. There was mimosas, but the funniest part was in that stretch, I want to say it was like mile 21 or 22, there was a guy dressed as Batman, and I had just had like somebody had PBR. I'm not a beer drinker at all, but on a race, I don't know, it's super refreshing either during or after a race, especially a marathon, when it's like, it was starting to get really hot. It was not hot like temperature wise, but the sun was very warm at that point. We were lucky it was not humid. Like, we were so lucky it was not humid, because everybody who was from Charlotte or North Carolina kept telling me like, you picked the perfect year to do this because this is the best weather we've had. The weather was absolutely perfect for a run. And so anyway, so somebody had PBR, and I was so like thirsty, and I was starting to hit the wall, and I was like, oh, this PBR is like delicious. And then the next, like a mile later, there was this guy dressed as Batman. He's like, beer Batman has beer for you. And I was like, I can't. I was like, I just had a PBR. And he's like, but beer Batman's beer is better. And I was just like, he was like so in on the fucking Batman theme. It was hilarious. So crowd support was great. The signs were hilarious. I mean, I took pictures of maybe 50 signs because they were so good and so funny. I showed you some of them in the video clip here. I couldn't fit them all into this video, but they were on point. So I was very concerned because I'd read some race reviews from previous years where it said that the crowd support for the back of the pack was not great, and that the supplies were not great for the back of the pack. Every single aid station fully stocked. I finished, I can't remember my final time, 5:40 something. I had wanted to finish under 5:45 was like my A goal, and so I did that. I probably could have finished a little bit faster, but I was being so paranoid about after Whitefish, because as soon as the sun came out and it started to get hot, I was like, I got to take it down a notch and really be careful, because I was so afraid of getting heat exhaustion symptoms again, which is what caused me to have to drop at the half in Whitefish. So if you are a back of the pack runner, it's a 6-hour cutoff, which I was kind of nervous about, but there were people who finished long after that. They were not kicking them off the streets, especially because that big chunk of that out and back portion, there's a sidewalk that you could go onto if you needed to. And because people are coming back, like they were not kicking the people who were behind schedule, like behind the cutoff time, because the roads were still open for those people for the back part. So I don't know what happened when they came onto the back part, but there were tons of people who finished after the 6-hour mark, and they were still people out there cheering for them and still got their medals. And was a great race. Like I was very impressed with it. The expo was excellent. I loved the fact that they had KT tape there. So they had physical therapists there, and you could sign up ahead of time, but they were also just taking walk-ins. So it was super fast. I wasn't in line more than like 10 minutes, and it was a long line. You just went over and you said like, this is what's bothering me. They taped it for you. It was excellent. So I had them tape my calf because I've been having issues with that all fucking year. And it was great. My calf held up wonderfully. So I really enjoyed the race. It was nice and cold at the beginning. I was like super in the zone. My plan had been, I wanted to finish like under 5:45 if I could. My major plan was to finish at all, because I was coming off of a DNF in my last marathon attempt, and I was in my head a lot about it. So my main plan was finish. My A goal was under 5:45, which I did accomplish that. So that was like pretty exciting too. But what I decided to do was, since it was nice in the morning, it was like really cool. It was like 30 some degrees when we started, before the sun really got out and about. I hung with the 5:15 pacer for the first 10 miles. And then that's when I was like, I wanted to, in distance running, well, when I run half marathons, I always try to negative split, because negative split means that you run the back half faster than the first half. So you save some in the tank, and then you're able to go, you pick it up in the second half. At marathons, I have never negative split a marathon. And in fact, I try to do the opposite, is use my energy up when I can, because I know no matter what, at the end, I'm going to be like, my legs hurt. I'm grumpy. I'm thirsty. I want a mashed potato. Just know yourself in your brain. So I figured if I could hang with the 5:15 pacer for the first 10 miles, then play it by ear and see how I felt at that point. And that's basically when the sun started to come out, and I was like, okay. I dropped from doing the 5:15 pace, and I started doing, I was doing a 90-30 interval, 90 run, 30 walk, and I switched it to be 90 walk, 30 run, which seems like really not that much running, but I was so worried about overheating, and I was like, you know what, I gotta take it slower than I think I need to take it, just to be on the safe side. So that worked. It worked really well. There was so much to see. You go through these beautiful neighborhoods. The neighborhoods reminded me a lot of Richmond. Richmond is like known to be like the best marathon. Like I think they call it America's friendliest marathon or something like that. And it is. It's like the crowd support is unparalleled in that one. And you go through so many different areas of town. So you're like in the downtown area to start, and then you go through this like park area down by the river. It's beautiful, scenic. You go through all these neighborhoods, and this really in Charlotte reminded me of that, because you had the neighborhoods, the downtown area. You had like the scenic little park area, and I just thought it was fun. The only bad thing is the last couple miles are uphill, not like super uphill, not like the hill that we live on or Pittsburgh Hills. But at that stage in the game, when you've already run 23 or 24 miles and then you're doing uphill in direct sun, it's hard. It's a real struggle. I found that the course ran kind of long on my watch, which happens a lot. I would say, your watch is almost always, because you're stopping to go to aid stations and change side of the road and whatever. I would say that happens a lot, but this one seemed a little bit longer than typical. So, you have to get over that mental hurdle. It's USTAF, US Track and Field, certified, and it's a Boston qualifier. So it actually is 26.2, but the way that it the route goes and the turns and where the aid stations are, your watch is going to measure long. So just mentally prepare yourself for that you're what your watch says, you're not going to finish at 26.2. You're going to finish at 26.6, I think is what I finished at. So, but anyway, it was great. I just I was in a better mindset for this race than I was for Whitefish, and the weather was much better. But I had a blast. And then at the end, Layla Grace was at the finish line, and we got a little sandwich, and we got my banana, and just laid in the grass. And I was like, this is the best feeling. There's no better feeling than laying in the grass at the end of a marathon. There's nothing. I mean, I can't find any feeling that matches how good that feels. That's kind of a weird thing to say. But anyway, so I do really recommend Charlotte Marathon. I am proud of myself. I felt good. There was never a moment in that race where I was like, I might not finish. Oh, I better drop. In Indy last year, when I got to mile 20, I was like, I think I should call it. And it was a mental struggle to get to mile 22. And once I got to 22, I was like, oh, I guess I'm fucking here for the next 4 miles. And I never felt that way in Charlotte. I was just like, okay, I gotta get through this part and see what's next. I gotta get through this part and see what's, like, anytime I started to struggle, it was like, oh, okay, keep going, keep going, keep going. You know, like I mentally was so much tougher at this one, and I'm proud of myself for that. So it was a great weekend. And then we did a Charlotte ghost tour, which I highly recommend. I'll try to remember to link the ghost tour group that we went with. Our person was amazing. She was an actress also, and so she was like telling these ghost stories, like, oh my god, they were so good. But you know, and my friend Monica and I were talking, because she had just done one the same weekend, actually, at where she's living. I don't know if she lives in Cleveland, and I don't know if it was actually in Cleveland or if they went somewhere and did the ghost tour, but it was funny because we were both on ghost tours on set the same night. And she said, you know, sometimes it's the best way to get to know a city's history. And I was like, you are so right. And that's what this one was actually called, the Charlotte History and Haunts Tour, I think. And it was like, I learned so much. I had no idea there was a gold rush in Charlotte before the California gold rush. I had no idea that they were known for banking. They're like the second or third biggest banking city in the US. We learned a lot about the Revolutionary War and the stuff that took place there. Like, there was just so much cool history that we learned. And we went around to like a couple different historic neighborhoods. Like, I really recommend that if you were in Charlotte. It was excellent. And the one regret I had was that one of the places they talk about first in the tour is this haunted Irish pub. I won't give away the spoiler in case you want to take the tour to figure out why it's haunted. But I really wanted to go there and to get a drink or go to brunch there, but we had to get on the road so we could get to Asheville. Speaking of Asheville, we went to the Carl Sandburg home, which was awesome. That's a national park site. It has Bark Ranger badge, as you saw Layla getting her Bark Ranger badge. So much good hiking there. I wish we'd had more time to stay and hike longer. But the other thing that's there is the Biltmore. And my mom and dad had been there, and they said, oh, you got to see the gardens if nothing else. I'm like, okay. So we tried to go and see it. It was $80 a person to go to the Biltmore just to see the grounds and the gardens. That's not including the house tour and everything else. And I was like, no. So if we were back in the area and we had like a whole day, because that also gets you like into the little village there, it gets you a free wine tasting at their winery at the Biltmore. Maybe if I had a whole day I would do it, but we were going to be there for like an hour and a half before sunset. We were on our way to our cabin, and I was like, you have got to be kidding me. So we did not see the Biltmore. We thought we were going to, but we did not. But yeah, so we had a wonderful time. It was a great weekend. I didn't know. There's something about North Carolina that I'm always like, I just want to go to North Carolina. I don't know why. I don't have an explanation for it, unless it has to do with Ryan Adams songs, because apparently North Carolina is in those songs for some reason. But it was a good weekend, and I definitely recommend the Charlotte Marathon. I was between Charlotte and Raleigh. They were happening the same weekend, and I'm glad that I chose Charlotte because it was a blast. So that's my marathon recap. Thank you so much for watching this vlog. I am getting ready to start Vlogmas in real life here, so I'm trying to get these last couple vlogs up before the end of November. So thank you so much for watching, and please subscribe if you are new here, especially because Vlogmas is coming. And as always, my friends, take care of yourselves and take care of each other, and I will see you in my next video.